Hey, Engraver here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another SuperCollider demo where we will be exploring live performance. Now, I will say for this video, I am adding on only a little bit to what you had seen in the previous video if you've seen it. I'm taking baby steps. I want to learn live performance and live processing and sound synthesis, of course, with live effects and all that good stuff. This has been a rather steep learning curve for me, so bear with me. I'm taking little baby steps along the way. You're going to see that with the recorded video, or maybe even me working in real time as I record this video for you. And if you have any suggestions, I'm coming up to, I'm coming along and working along, but I am coming up to some problems. And if you have any suggestions, please leave those in the comments below, especially you programmers who, you may know what's going on with the architecture or that mode of execution, that order of execution that SuperCollider is built on. So I may be missing something small. That usually is the case when I'm troubleshooting. So please leave me your thoughts if you have any ideas. I would greatly appreciate that. So without further ado, we'll just go ahead and show you what I've been adding on. And first we will go ahead and evaluate our microphone synth. And we're going to be working with the delay and the reverb effects. Now, not much has changed. The only difference that I'm showing you today is actually adding an envelope to both the delay and the reverb synths so that when you see them in the groups, you'll see them also released after a given time. So you've seen this delay before, this delay synth, and also a delay bus assigned. Now, I'm using the very same synth down here. I'm just adding an envelope variable, as you can see, and also a few arguments for that envelope, and also assigning it to a very specific bus. So just the difference in the name is delay L env, knowing that this delay synth will have an envelope, and not much changing in the names here, just adding that E for envelope. The same goes for reverb. So you've seen this reverb synth before, but I'm going to add an envelope down here. So from reverb synth and reverb bus to reverb E synth, reverb E bus, just a little bit of the change of the name. You can name your synths any way you like, but I just like to add just a tiny change to know what the difference is. So reverb env versus the reverb synth. And you can see my envelope added here. Now both my both my reverb and delay synths have a release time of 8 seconds. So when we have our synths here in the node tree, after instigated, it goes for 8 seconds and both synths will be released. All right, so you've seen this group set up here with my synths, and these two have no envelope. So we're just going to go ahead and go down a little further. Same syntax, except the name changes, of course, so that we will be working with specifically the synths with the envelopes. So let's go ahead and evaluate this, and we have our 3 groups here for our mic, our delay, and our reverb. And we've got this from the previous video here. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think you've seen this syntax where I just start with all synths and effects separately. But this, of course, includes the synths right now that I have not evaluated that have no envelopes. So we're just going to scroll on down. And it's a bit of the same syntax here, except one minor change. So we've got the mic synth direct here going into our mic group, and its output will be through the reverb bus. And you can see it's hanging out here, just waiting to be processed, of course. And then I have a block of code. I wanted to do these together, not separately, so they start at the same time and release at the same time. And you can see here that I have my delay going through my reverb bus or reverb E-bus, and we're going to get to this because this has been a bit of a troubleshooting. It's been a task that I've been struggling with, and I would love your input if you guys have an idea, but we'll get to this in a second. So we have our delay synth going in throughout, our output of our delay will be going through the reverb bus, and our reverb synth, which will have that input, the reverb bus, and output to our channel 0. And it's stereo, everything's stereo, so we should hear it on either side of our head, our left and right channels, of course. So let's just go ahead and evaluate this and see what it sounds like. And testing. And testing. So about 4 seconds. And then you can see that these two released. So go ahead and watch that node tree again and see how we've got our delay here. And for about 8 seconds before it totally releases. And you can see that the output is gone as well. So I think that's kind of cool. It still has to be explored and experimented with, but that's the gist. That's pretty much all I've added. With traveling and different things happening with teaching, I just haven't had the time to explore this further. So this is pretty much what I have. Now, I did want to bring up a problem, something I'm working through, and if you guys have any ideas or suggestions, please let me know. This is, again, a huge learning curve for me. I have a bit of syntax here. So you can see that my mic is, still hanging out in this node tree, ready to be processed. Now I have my envelope, my delay with the envelope there, and my reverb, the same exact synths. Now notice my output for the delay is channel 0. It is 0, that is my output. And with this syntax, the delay can be separate from the reverb bus. It can go through the delay bus, and then the output would be delay and reverb, like so. So let me go ahead and instigate that. Testing. So you can hear that the delay has the reverb while going through, or going outputting through channel 0, not the reverb bus. Now the strange thing is, I copied and pasted and wrote it exactly like this with this same model. I hadn't done anything different. But no matter what, there are times where it works, where the delay has the reverb, and then there are times where it's just the delay without the reverb. So if the reverb goes, the delay will come, but just as if I was having an echo, just as you hear my voice right now, with an echo. So we can experiment with that, but let's try this once more. So you can hear the reverb with the delay. And sometimes it'll work here, but let's see. Let's see if it does or doesn't. It drops. Sometimes it does work a little bit. Work a little bit. So you can hear that. You can hear that raw output. And so I have a feeling it has to do with my delay time argument, either my delay time or my max delay time argument. I'm not sure. When I find the answer, I will let you know. But until I know for sure, I'm just running the delay through the reverb bus here, like so, and we should be fine. And as far as that distortion with my microphone, I think that has to do with the audio capture, OBS. I do not run into this problem when I'm troubleshooting without audio capture, so it may be finicky right now. I'll have to look into that as well. So that is my demo for you today. Please bear with me. I really want to learn this, and it's taking a little bit of time, and I would love your help for you programmers out there working in SuperCollider if you have any suggestions. But the goal is actually, I forgot to say what the original goal is. I would love for the effects to be in their own groups, which I have, but run it where I don't have to constantly evaluate it. Even with them releasing on their own, the synths releasing on their own, I would like it to be in a pattern, like Pbind or Pbind Def, where I can play my violin or I can sing, and it'll be a different reverb output every time, a different delay output any time. So just having that flexibility. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully we will work through this together. I really, really want to do live performance through SuperCollider, and I want to do sound, signal processing, live processing, and also sound synthesis. This is really important to me. So thank you for hanging there with me, and be on the lookout for more of this kind of sound experimentation every Thursday. Live commentary on music every Monday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And until then, keep producing the art you love, and I will catch you later. Thank you.